Coast to coast, LA to Chicago. Western man. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago. Love for sale. Good evening. Praise Paul, Pamper Paul, Pet Paul. 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 What it do? 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 When a bitch calls you up and you tell her what it do? 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 When your homie calls you up and he asks what it do? 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 Aw, you like my chubby cheeks? Everybody likes my chubby cheeks. Yeah, dude, fresh salsa plus a Paul stream. It doesn't get much better. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. It's Paul night. It's a Paul night. Let's go all messages, including potential spammers. Across the north and south to Key Largo, love for sale. Don't need to ask, he's a smooth operator. How was swimming? Oh, it was dope. Oh, I love swimming, man. I'm like a big fat seal in the water, man. I'm a good swimmer. Dove right in, just floated straight to the bottom and glided across the bottom of the pool 6 feet down. Just let your lungs carry you slowly back to the surface. Ah, that's just peachy for me. I haven't got to swim as nearly as much as I like to swim in the last 10 years, probably. It's fucking crazy. If I had a pool, I'd be in it every day. Was it a scorcher? No, it's actually pretty good today in Cali. Like where I was, it was only like 95 or 97 or something. I know that sounds like super hot, but for us, it was like, spring has arrived. Swimming is one of the best. Oh yeah, dude, I love swimming. I was like in the pool and I was in that like, there's like a little shallow part where the steps are to get out. I was using that to like pin my body between the two, like put my feet on one hand side and my hands on the other. Because you're weightless, you can just like twist your body. So I was stretching super well in the pool. It just feels so nice. As a big fat guy to be weightless for a little while, it feels really nice. Another month before fall, I guess. I mean, not here. Like, if I'm honest with you guys about it here, it's not, it's gonna be fucking hot through October. Nah, that's a wrong use for Sade. Sade is what you listen to when you're in a fucking Mazda Miata in 1987 with the top down, okay? And the palm trees are fucking blowing in the breeze. You're wearing a white leisure suit with a t-shirt, okay? That's what Sade is for. If you're sipping tea, sitting on a porch listening to Sade, you're doing it wrong, okay? I'm sorry to fucking be the guy to tell you. You're doing it wrong. Sade is for like going out on the town and probably doing cocaine. Like that's what Sade was made for. Hot Earl Grey tea, that's like fucking like listening to Enya, like Sail Away. Sail away, sail away, sail away, boom, sail away, sail away. That's what you put on for that, okay? Or whatever. You get my drift. Got the top down on a little sports car, okay? Cheap little sports car. Got the rag top down. The sun is going down. The palm trees are blowing. Okay? I'm sailing away. Set an open course for the virgin sea. I've got to be free. Bum, bum, to carry on. Doo-doo-doo. And I try, oh how I try, boom, 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 to carry on, do-do-do-do-dum, making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Living your life with all those worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Bum, 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 bum. And you're always glad you came. Doo, doo. You wanna be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Someone's in good spirits. I'm in way better spirits today than I was yesterday. I try to tell people. It's like people, when I have a bad day, people are like, oh shit, salt your paw back. It's like, dude, I just had a bad day. I fucking woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I didn't sleep well. I fucking was pissed off all day yesterday. I was just angry. I couldn't see a path through it, so I just stayed mad. I don't feel that way today. I feel better. How do you get over someone? Get over them. You talking about like a breakup? Only way out is through, friend. It has to hurt if it's to heal. Did my yoga stretches twice. I'm gonna do my last ones tonight, probably during the show. Yeah, I've done my yoga stretches today. What would be your Cenobite gimmick? I would be, ooh, you know what would be a cool Cenobite? Loudspeaker Cenobite. Where like my whole mouth has been replaced with a big bullhorn and it just goes. I can like press the button on my neck and go, "Boot." That'd be sick. That's just a noise marine, yeah, pretty much. I have such sounds for you to hear. To carry on. I feel like singing. Paul aspires to be one of the Emperor's children. Yes, yes, that is right. A noise marine in service of the great god Slanesh. Why do you sing so much? I just love it. I always got a song in my head, and I'm always thinking of a song reference, man. I'll just be talking sometimes, and I'll say something that's part of a lyric, and it'll make me sing. I'm about to hit the karaoke bar. What song should I do? Ooh, shit. Karaoke bar. Dude, my favorite one to slay people. I don't do karaoke all that often, but I've done this 4 or 5 times and it gets the fucking room jumping every time, right? I go up there and I try and look nerdy and awkward. It's not hard. I'll go up there and I'll keep my like body language very like inward, you know? And I'll go up and I'll stand up and I'll point at the guy to hit it, you know? And what plays is bum 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 bum, and I just stand there like this, and everybody's kind of like looking out of the corner of their eye, like, is this guy really gonna do what I think he's gonna do? And then all of a sudden, I just let it rip. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. And the whole place starts jumping. That's the way. That's what you got to do. You got to do Sir Mix-a-Lot. Okay, that's the winner. That's my killer karaoke trick, though. You have to pull it off, though. You have to go up there looking like you're scared and like not looking at the audience, and like you have to keep your body language like very tight and like scared, and then you just have to let it rip and do a good job. Like grab the mic and just, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get, I'm gonna pull up front because you notice that butt was stuck. Just do the whole thing, dude. Every chick in the place will be like, woo! It's over. My homeboys try to warn me, but that butt you got makes me so horny. That's the trick right there, dude. That still works, too. I guarantee you. Especially, you got to do it at the right time, too. You got to wait till somebody went up there and sucked. You got to wait till it's kind of dead. Because, like, sometimes people do, like, back-to-back-to-back lame songs. They're not, like, bad songs, but it's just like, just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my face before you leave me, baby. And it's like 3 of those in a row, right? Where it's just somebody just poorly singing, barely doing it, right? You get up there and everybody's like ready for another one of those. And you look like somebody that's about to deliver one of those, you know? You're just like... And then instead of like some shitty fucking love ballad playing, it's bum, 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 bum. And the whole bar goes like, huh? Bum, 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 bum. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Whole place starts jumping, bro. Guaranteed. But you gotta time it right, though. That's the one. You got to time it just fucking right. You can't just go up there right after somebody just killed it. You got to wait until a couple of sucky people are gone, and then you go up and put your thing in, right? Just call me Angel. I can't even sing off key bad enough to be like, dude, I've been to some karaoke that's real sad. Just call me Angel, a morning angel. Just touch my face before you. I can't even do it. This is terrible. And you just wait for one of those, man, and then you follow that. What's worse? Oh yeah, people that can't keep up with a rap, they're like, I'm gonna do a rap song, and then they're like, bitches. I can't. It's just like, oh my god, bro, get me up there. Jocular. I like that. I like that word, jocular. Yeah, if you can't rap, just don't rap. It's okay. Yeah, do it and let me know how it turns out, dude. You gotta do it, bro. You gotta do it, bro. Guarantee you dip your wick off of it, bro. You'll dip your wick off of it. That's a guaranteed wick dip. That's a dipper. That's a wick dipper. Follow me into the desert as thirsty as you are. Crack a smile and drink your water and drown in alcohol. Dude, Chris Cornell was so fucking singular. Nobody could sing like that, bro. I shot my love today. Won't you cry for me? Bow, bow, bow. I lost my head again. Would you die for me? Left with a river sand, just a burden in my hand. I shot my love today. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, I never got to see Chris Cornell. Unbelievable, though. Yeah, I never got to see Soundgarden. Unfortunate, but true. I get to see a lot of bands. I never got to see Nirvana. Never got to see Pearl Jam. Like a lot of the big bands from my era, I just fucking never got to see, man. Sucks. Shitty for Paul. Left in a river of sand, just a burden in my hand. Swimming was dope. Barbecue was dope. It was all around good day, man. And I get to go socialize again tomorrow. Going to my niece's birthday party. That's going to be a banger. She's turning 6 or 5. Can't remember which. I'll have to figure it out. Wanna let it go, I won't let it show. Won't you touch me, I won't let you go. Yes, I finally found a reason, I don't need an excuse. I got this time on my hands, you are the one to abuse, one to abuse. Oh, what song is that? I don't want to let it go, I won't let it show. Won't you touch me, I won't let it go. And I stand. Is that Touch, Peel, and Stand? Is that the name of it? But I feel too long. Touch, Peel, and Stand. Can I sing Bohemian Rhapsody? Poorly. Bum, 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 bum. Do you want me to start at the very beginning? Do we want to go like, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just... dude, I can't sing that song. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause it's easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows, doesn't really... It's right in the mode. Doesn't really matter to me, to me. Bum, bum. Mama just killed a man, put the gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Boo. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, 'cause nothing really matters. Dancing Granny is back. No! That bitch. That twisted bitch. No, Freddie Mercury's crazy. You guys like picked like the hardest song in the world, bro. I don't know if she's made a lot of enemies, but she's definitely made one in me. That witch has got to go down. I got to find out what's going on. There's something shady going on there. Something shady. your friend when you need. Do some coke, do some weed. I'm your friend when you need something, man. You push 'em, man. Burn, 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 burn. Yeah, she steals everything, dude. Look, there's only 75 people in here because that ugly old fucking crazy bitch is stripping again. What's your favorite Prince song? When Doves Cry. That's the song, right? I mean, like, there's some good. I mean, Kiss is good too, but When Doves Cry, Little Red Corvette, Raspberry Beret. It's got to be like that group, right? But When Doves Cry for me. Love Michael Jackson. I mean, I grew up at the height of Michael Jackson's popularity and like ultra stardom or whatever. I got to see Michael Jackson in 1988, the LA Coliseum on the Bad Tour. Pretty badass. I was 8 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday, dude. One of my clearest memories of childhood. Unforgettable show. What's your favorite song from him? Human Nature. Reaching out into the nighttime. Electric lights are everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? Such a good song. Such a pretty song, right? I'm way away. I'm way away. Reaching out. His live shows, he used to pause right there at the second verse. Reaching out. Burn. Into the nighttime. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why does she do me that way? They say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Such a good song. Yeah, Human Nature has always been my favorite. I like Michael Jackson's ballads. Love Human Nature. I love Man in the Mirror off of the Bad album. I think that's just a beautiful song. It's like a really inspirational song, you know. Gonna make a change for once in my life. Gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. This wind is blowing my mind. See the kid on the street isn't got enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? Broken bottle top, anyone can see. They follow each other on the wind, you see. 'Cause I got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. This is a good song. I mean, you can pick any of them though, from his, especially like the main meat of his career, from the late '70s through the fucking early '90s. I mean, he's unbeatable. It's a decade of absolute dominance, you know. Dust in the Wind is a tough song, bro. That's a tough song. I don't think my voice would I think that might crush my voice. Like, the sad thing about it is a lot of the types of songs that are fun to sing are just out of my baritone register. Like, I never get to sing any cool pop songs down in my 15 tons baritone, you know? Or 16 tons. You move 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. The St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I don't ever get to sing down there, you know? It's always like, sing Michael Jackson. It's like, all right, well, I can do that poorly. Yeah, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Something, 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 something. You've got spiders in your soul. I wouldn't touch you with a 99.5-foot pole. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Yeah, Convoy by C.W. McCall, right, is the guy that did that. It was the dark of the moon and the 6th of June on a Kenworth hauling logs. A cabbie over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. Said, Pigpen, this here's the rubber duck and we ain't a-gonna pay no toll. And I smashed that gate doing 98, saying, let them truckers roll, goddamn. Some Sweeney, yeah. My favorite song in Sweeney, though, is out of my register. It's just such a beautiful song, though. Let's see if I can even hit it. I feel... Nope. I feel you, Joanna. I feel you. Do they think that walls can hide you? Even now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you, Joanna. Yeah. Pretty women, mesmerizing, combing their hair, dancing, something, something, pretty women. It's a tough song. down. I am still emperor. I am still emperor. I. It's about the edge of my range, though, and it's only because I practiced that song. I auditioned with it back in high school. My voice was probably a half octave higher, at least in high school. I could hit some pretty crazy clear notes in high school. Not so much anymore. The voice has got a little dust on it, but I really practiced Joanna. There's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and it's filled with people who are filled with shit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it, and it goes by the name of London. I love that fucking show, dude. That show is so great. I am still emperor. Hey, Paul. Think you could do a Sleep at the Wheels version of Hot Rod Lincoln? Nope, because I don't know it. Try Pirelli's Miracle Elixir. That'll do the trick, sir. True, sir, true. Try Pirelli's even if you're smelly. Just like a Pirelli ought to do. Matilda musical? It was so much better. Yeah, no, musicals are awesome, man. I think it's really sad that most people have never gone to see a stage musical, and it's just such a magical experience. It's like so different than you get when they do movie version, you know? It's just like very cool, but most people just aren't really all that interested in seeing it. Smells like piss, piss with ink. Yeah, musicals are fantastic, bro. Acting in them is a joy, and watching them is a joy. I mean, when it's done right and the spell is cast, you're just like, it's different than any movie. You can't tear your eyes away. You're just like, whoa. Everywhere on stage, there's something happening. And expert productions will draw your eye to certain parts of the stage so that you witness little moments. You know, it's just such a fucking special thing. Wicked is a dope show, man. You're gonna like Wicked a lot. I got to see Wicked twice. Wicked is a really great show. I was expecting Wicked to suck ass too. Cause all the soccer moms and shit were into it, and I was like, this show's gonna blow, bro. It was fucking great. It was actually great. There's a lot of just like pretty like beautiful ballads in musical theater. I just love it. Bum 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 poor. All my life I've always been poor. I keep asking God what I'm for, and he tells me, gee, I'm not sure. Sweep that floor, kid, oh, do. I was born an orphan, a child of the streets, here on Skid Row, do. He took me in, gave me shelter, a bed, crust of bread, and a job. Treats me like dirt, calls me a slob, which I am. So I live downtown. That's your home address. You live downtown. Where your life's a mess. You live downtown. Where depression's just status quo. Down on Skid Row. Suddenly Seymour is beautiful too. Lift up your head, wash off that mascara. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. 'Cause suddenly Seymour is standing beside you. You don't need no makeup, don't have to pretend. Suddenly Seymour is here to provide you with sweet understanding. Seymour's your friend. Thank God TJ isn't here to go on another 20-minute rant on the theatrical ending. I know, but it really is kind of sad. But yeah, I've definitely heard the rant. Do you rave? I've been to raves. I wouldn't say I was ever like a rave kid, but I've been to raves. They're fun. I've done drugs at raves. In my teens and 20s, which is the years that you can do that type of shit and not pay for it for a week. You know what I like about a rave, dude? When you get with that mix that's literally like an hour of this, and I'm not even kidding you, bro. When you're at the rave and you're good and doped up, what's the best drug? Weed. And you've got this beat right here, dude. You know the beat. No, I'm kidding. Maybe not that song, but that beat though. Candy Kid Paul, yeah, not so much. A little Darude, yeah. Hey Paul, what drug you done, Paul? Look around, could it bring somebody down if I never made a sound again? In your eyes, you've already spared my thighs, and you're rocking to the next big thing. Kissing the bride, 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, played out rockin' routine. Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling? Anybody remember that song? That's Super Drag. One of my favorite bands from the 90s. Nobody knows Super Drag, bro. If they know a song, they know that one. And that's it. Have you ever had a shitty relationship with your parents? And if yes, how did you deal with it, bro? Fucking you tell me. Number one, everybody's got a shitty relationship with their parents, especially kids that look like they have a good relationship with their parents. Number two, you never get over that shit, okay? I spent 4 years of my life sitting on the couch, sifting through my broken childhood, okay? And you know what I learned? How to cope with it. That's the best you can do, man. How to cope with it. You're not going to get over it. You're not going to get past it. But you can learn to deal with what you are and what has happened to you and what has been done to you and all of the ugliness. You can learn to cope. But that's about the best you can get. Father of mine, tell me, where have you been? I just closed my eyes, my whole world disappeared. Father of mine, take me back to the day, yeah, when I was still your golden boy, back before you went away. I remember blue skies walking the block. I loved it when you held me high. I loved to hear you talk. You would take me to the movies. You would take me to the beach. Take me to a place inside that is so hard to reach. Man, Father Issues, the song, bro. You know what happens with men? This is one of those things, just thinking about the lyrics of that song, about like this dude lamenting, remembering his dad carrying him around on his shoulders at the beach, walking around and holding hands with him when he was little. This happens to a lot of men, maybe not every man, but there's a transitional period that needs to happen between father and son. Well, I mean, I would be remiss to not mention that like a lot of young men don't have the benefit of ever having a father figure to look up to, period, which sucks. Even worse, I guess, probably. I wouldn't know. I had a dad. He was just kind of an asshole. But, you know, at least, you know, once I started to become a teenager, he was kind of an asshole. That's the thing. It's like, I think what happens with men is that when boys start to become men, fathers don't know how to deal with them anymore. There's like a natural antagonism that's built in where like a young man wants to break free from the mold of his father, but the only thing he knows is what he's seen from his father. Because it's different, man. There's a lot of strong women out there raising boys, and kudos and props, but like I gotta be straight up fucking honest with you. A boy needs a man. If a boy doesn't have a man in his life, a boy doesn't know how to be a man when he becomes one. And I guess that's true of girls too, although it's a much lesser thing for girls to be raised in the absence of a female role model. It does happen, but it's a rarer arrangement than a boy with his mother and no father. Wish I didn't have a father figure. I will be your father figure. That's such a gross song. It's like a groomer song.
Yeah.
Have you heard that song? It's like I think it's Wham or George Michael. It's like I will be your father figure. Put your little hand in mine. I will be your preacher teacher till the end of time. It's like that. It's like,
I think it's rare for women to be raised by men, just because like if a woman doesn't want a kid, at least for a lot of recent years, she could just get rid of the kid. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's I was just thinking about the dynamic that happens between, I think, a lot of boys and their fathers. It happened between me and mine. And I think it happens with a lot of them. Is like once you get to a certain age and puberty hits you, your dad doesn't know what to do with you anymore because you're no longer a little baby kid. He knew how to be protective over you when you were that. He knew how to be the big, strong presence when you were a little baby thing running around. But now that you're like this big, smelly, hairy, pimply oaf, he doesn't know what to do with you anymore. You know, and I feel like that right there, whatever the essence of that is at the heart of so many father issues. It isn't even funny. You know, like people that are lucky, men that are lucky enough to have grown up with a man in their lives that would be a father figure, oftentimes end up hating that father figure, at least for a good chunk of their life. And I think it's because of
Well, you think
that.
it's just like competition?
Maybe, yeah, maybe something left in our lizard brain where they're like, oh, there's another fertile male in the house. I got to start treating him weird or being more brolic towards him. Or like my dad just like lost all semblance of propriety. It was like as soon as I got old enough that he felt like I could hear dirty jokes and cuss words and shit, he was like, well, fatherhood's over. Now I'm a friend of yours. And I'm only your dad when you're in trouble. And it's like, I remember looking back on it thinking, man, dude, I'm so fucking lucky my dad's not a hard ass like so-and-so's and so-and-so's. I'm not saying I wish that my dad had been a different way. I am who I am because of my parents and because of how I was raised up, you know, and so I wouldn't change that because I wouldn't know how to navigate that. But in a perfect world, my father probably would have just kept being a fucking authority figure and taken his lumps. That's the thing is like once you start getting old enough to where you're able to talk back and you've got the piss and vinegar in you. I feel like back in the day, men just used to beat the shit out of their kid. It's like, oh, you talking back now? Slap. You know what I mean? Nowadays, I think it happens in the form of like passive aggressive, brolic kind of shit, where you talk down to the little guy. You make him feel small. You really just hold his bullshit over his head. That's what my dad did. You know, and I mean, I think he did it out of I want to be a good dad. But the end result was, it's just like I felt like my dad was fucking disappointed in me forever. And as an older person, it's like, well, fucking get over it. But as a young man, it's like the one dude that you've really like built your whole identity around being like, thinks you're a total fucking loser. You know? Wow. Cool.
Like he was trying to be the fun dad and the harsh dad at the same time.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It was like two gears that he would switch into. He was either
Do whatever you want, kid.
do whatever you want and let me joke around with you and cut you down and shit like your friends do. You know how boys are together. Guys, even. Look at our friendship on Onion Nuggets and shit. Constantly bickering and being mean to each other, but that's what boys do. He would see me with my guy friends hanging out at the house playing games, and he would want to be a part of that. Not the games, but like the banter.
Yeah.
He even would tell me. There's one of my dad's favorite stories. I'll tell you it. Super memorable for him because he brings it up all the time. I know it's one of his cherished memories. He was asked by my theater teacher to be one of the chaperones to because like we used to travel a lot. When you're traveling with a bunch of kids, you have to have like 3 or 4 adults around to, you know, you're in charge of this group, you're in charge of this group. And so my drama teacher asked my dad, can you like drive a van down there and be a chaperone for this group of 5 kids? You know, every adult, there's 3 adults coming and every one of us has 5 kids, there's 15 kids going. Can you be the group host or whatever you want to call it for this group of kids? My dad kind of begrudgingly was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he said that like the whole way up there, he's driving this van. It was me and my friends. And he said, you guys were so obnoxious and so stupid and so loud and so filthy and so disgusting. He was like, by the time we got to LA, he was like, I pulled over And I told Ginger, I was like, I'm done. And I was like, really? You told, like, he was like, I told your teacher, I'm done. I want to drive a different group back. Somebody else is taking this group, and I'm done. And she was like, she talked him into staying with it. You know, she was like, come on. And he said, you know, we got into the hotel room, and it was like, you know, that we were all sharing one room. It was like one of those rooms with two beds in it. There was one dude on the couch, two dudes in one bed, two dudes in another bed, right? It's me and my dad in one bed, all the other dudes, and we're trying to sleep. And he was like, you guys were so disgusting. You kept making jokes. And he was like, and all I can remember is going from more mad than I've ever been in my life to laughing so hard that like tears were coming out of my eyes. He was like, you guys were so disgusting and funny. And he was like, from that day forward, it was like, this is how I remember this. He would tell me that. He was like, he'll tell me that, he told me that story, not like maybe a few months ago, the last time I saw him. He was talking about that again. And it's just like, once he like got over his like boomerishness and like opened up his brain back to that like high school mentality where farts are funny and dicks and pussies are funny and you know, all of that shit. He couldn't get enough of it. And it was like at that point in my life, there was a huge change in how my dad dealt with me. From that point in my life, he was like, ah, I get it now. And so he would jump in like he was a friend, but then he would say like the most awful shit. And it was just like, nobody knew when he was serious. It was so fucked up because like all my friends simultaneously loved my father and feared the fuck out of him. Because when he got mad, he was like the devil in the house. He wasn't a screamer. He was like a dude that would walk into the room and the lights would dim, bro. I mean, he sucked the air out of the room. And so they were fucking terrified of him, but he was so hilarious that they loved him. You know, I remember one night he came down. I had the only bedroom that was downstairs in our house. It was a small 2-story house. My parents and my sisters were upstairs. I lived in a converted room downstairs. It used to be like the den or whatever, and they just sealed it off and made a room out of it. And it was chill as fuck because I could pretty much get away with murder down there. As long as I was like minimally quiet, I could have friends over, smoke weed, play video games all night, nobody cared. But one night we were in my room giggling too loud or some shit. We made too much noise. My dad fucking just threw the door open. He's a big dude, right? And he's in his tighty-whities and nothing else, bro. He looks fucking terrifying. He's just standing there. He's all bulgy and hairy and fucking mad. His hair is all fucking up. And he's like, you know what? If I would have thrown this door open and you would have been in here getting some pussy, I would have politely turned around and went back to bed. But if you think I'm gonna lay up all night to listen to a bunch of loser faggots giggling in here, you're wrong. Shut your fucking mouths. Slam! And I was like, we're just like sitting there like, oh shit. You know what I mean? I was like, Jesus. You know, and like you got your dad cutting you that low. It's like, yeah, Paul's dad was, and it's where I get like, look, dude, I can cut pretty fucking deep too. I can be mean, man, and I get it all from him. Well, maybe not all of it. My mom can be real fucking mean too, in a different way. My dad's good at being overtly, comedically mean. Like if somebody overheard him say that shit to you, it would feel horrible, but the person overhearing it would probably laugh, right? He's great at that. My mom is more about like knowing the button specifically to push. She's more surgical, whereas my dad is like more general purpose and dismissive. And I have both of those talents. And it's really kind of a mean thing to have. It works really well as a political dissident because politicians aren't human beings. So nobody really cares if you roast them fucking mercilessly. Examples, please. Okay. So like my dad loved like doing this. He would wait until I was all chuffed up about something. And then he would like I don't even know what it would be. It was like I won something, or like I wanted a video game and he overheard it, and he'd be like, he'd say some shit like he'd be like, man, if you put half the effort into getting some pussy that you did in getting good at that stupid ass video game, you'd probably already have herpes or 3 kids by now or something, right? Just out of nowhere. And you'd be like, yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't really practice this one. Oh, whatever. You'd just leave. You'd be like, you are lying? What? I mean, I'm lying. Like, how am I lying? It's like a weird thing to fucking lie about. Yeah, my dad was actually a real nice guy. Like what? And my mom, with her shit, is she'll be like, and she's always right too. That's the thing, is she's more like, she'll be talking to you and it's getting elevated and escalated, and she'll say some shit like, you just are never gonna forgive me, huh? I'll be like, what? Forgive you for what? For X, Y, and Z, and she'll bring up some literally 25-year-old shit that I don't even remember until she mentions it. And I'll be like, are you fucking kidding me? And then she'll start going in on 25-year-old shit because it's a button. Yeah, a button. Because there's something in that memory for her that she remembers got your goat. And she's gonna bring it back up. She's got a memory. I shit you not, my mother can remember every word I ever spoke to her if you talk to her. She'll act like it. She'll remember every fucking thing that ever happened. And if I remember it a certain way, she'll just straight up say, nope, that was wrong. Here's how it went down. You know what I mean? It's like, shit. Okay, well. Oh, my mom is an expert, and she's surgical with it too. Like I said, she's not just tossing that around all the time. Like, she brings out the guns. She's got a tool for every job, man. My dad's just like he's like a bazooka or something. He's like a fucking, some of those big 50-millimeter guns or whatever the fuck. And the 125-millimeter shell things, the fucking boom, boom. He's one of those. My mom's like a ninja. It's like an assassin. And my dad's like a piece of artillery. It's 11 at night where I'm at. Maybe a little Mandela effect going on? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. And I'm the same fucking way, guys. I'm not even gonna fucking front with you. Dude, I've said some awful things to people I've been with. And like as I got older, I got less reactive with it and I started doing it way less, but it was always like I would always be with somebody who would, I'm not saying it's their fault. It's always your fault what you say and do. But I would just say I was always with somebody who was trying to drive me to say some mean shit. And it's just like, fuck, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then it would just come tumbling out. Ugh. And it just becomes a nightmare. Because then that just escalates shit, right? And it hurts people too. People harbor that shit. It's like, I'll give you guys a fucking recent example. That shit was Scotty. When he was going back saying personal shit he knew about me. I said some personal ass shit I knew about him. That shit's so ugly, bro. Because it just reveals what a fucking snipe you are, you know? What a shitty person you are. How you're just harboring little fucking facts about another person. It's just fucked, bro. I just hate it. I don't like it about myself. It's something I would love to just purge. But it's also a huge part of my personality. So what would I be? What would I do? I don't know.
Do you think us arguing less has built it up in you more?
No. I gotta tell you, honey, it's just you came along at a point in my life where I was shifting from one mode in my life, one era maybe, and we got together right in that transitional where I was just figuring out how to be the mellow person that I wanted to be at home, figuring out what that meant, and then enforcing that boundary, not just on you, but on everybody. It's like, look, this is me, this is how I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna fight it no more. Take it or leave it, right? And you took it, you know, and the friends that I have decide to take it, but it's like, it was a conscious thing, but it also just was like an age thing. I just got tired. My last relationship, not to speak ill, was just screaming matches. Constant. Ugly shit, too. Tumbling out of each other's mouths. Just blah, 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 hurtful, shitty, backbitey. My relationship before that, my previous marriage, worse. Worse. Meaner. Louder. Nastier. My relationship before that, maybe even worse. Meaner and physical. So it's like, I couldn't do it anymore. One of the things that attracted me to you is that you were just like unflappable and direct. Not like emotionless, but like when you got emotional, the emotions came out and not as barbs, but as like feelings, and then you processed it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to put it with you. It's just different. You were completely different from anybody that I'd ever talked to in that way. In how calm you stayed about things and how you didn't freak out and catastrophize and go into histrionics. Not to use a term that's outdated, but you get my drift, like that type of shit. I was so used to it, and I think almost even attracted to it in a fucked up way.
Well, yeah, if you have 3 in a row,
The common denominator is me, right? Like and so that's why when I met you, I was like, and I don't want this to come out the wrong way. It's just like, if I'd have met you 5 years before I met you, I never would have dated you.
that'd just be boring to you.
Not boring. That's not, you were never boring and you're never boring. But you were too adult, I guess, maybe that was it. You were like too secure in yourself. Maybe I was looking for that same kind of insecurity that I felt in myself and other people. I know that I was attracted to people that had that same kind of hot button temper that I had. or have, I guess. Always. So, I don't know. But I'm a changed person from just a decade ago. I really am. I've made some profound like personality changes in my day to day. And I think if you want the truth about it, one of the ways that that profound change expressed itself was in my deep fucked up anxiety shit.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is like that energy that you used to put into all these arguments, where did it go?
Here.
Yeah.
I'm putting it here now.
Yeah.
I plant it like here. And it's not just like dumping negativity, it's like dumping that need to fucking be passionate, but doing it in a doing it in a way that's non-destructive and non-finger pointing. Right? Like I want to be angry. So let me come out here and maybe we'll talk politics and I'll get mad, but in a constructive way. Not in a fuck you, no fuck you way. I just hate doing it. It's one of the reasons I started blubbering when I got in that fight with Scotty like that, because it reminded me. One of the things that came flashing back at me after that happened, because it felt so good in the moment, because I'd just been waiting for so long for fucking Scotty to threaten me again, because it'd been twice now, and I'm just like, this motherfucker better not pull it again. And when he did, I was like, oh, here we go. I've been building this one. Boom. Felt so good to
Well, you
let
were
it.
pulling little personal barbs like you probably did in arguments. In the
Well,
past.
yeah. I mean, I will say this. To my memory, he's the one that fucking took it personal first. But I was more than happy to go straight there. Oh, yeah. This is fucking my shit. I was all in it. Felt great. Walked away, pissed off, came out here and cried. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then I just, like, take inventory of the way you're feeling right now. What are you thinking about? And what I was thinking about was my ex-wife, my ex-girlfriends, friends that I've had where it's just ended messy, shit that I've said that I don't forgive myself for, even to this day, to people. I was just like, fuck, man. It was a regression. That's why it was so upsetting to me, because this is not like I'm trying to pretend to be something else. I've genuinely changed. I'm a genuinely different person. It feels different to me to come down from that anger. And I've learned to like not punish myself for it, but I have an appropriate response to it when it happens. It feels ugly, feels wrong, I feel sad. When you're angry, you'll say the greatest thing you'll ever regret. Yeah, I mean, that's not a TJ quote, but I don't remember who that quote. I'll just describe it to when you have a quote that's witty like that, you don't know who to give it to. You just give it to Mark Twain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a Twainism. Oh, I'm gonna do my stretches. I'll be back in like 3-4 minutes.
This center looks a little curlier after that pool.
Oh yeah, he got a little shaggy pooly water on him. He loves a swim. He really does like it.
That chlorine curl your hair.
Yeah. I don't think he's just getting wet at all. He doesn't get wet and then just air dry ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
I tried copying you a little bit besides the neck stuff.
Gotcha. That is much better. That's much better, D. Now I'm all limber.
My range of motion is shit now with this.
And your neck. Yeah. My neck's been pretty stiff lately too, so I've been working
I
it.
can't even like remotely touch my shoulder.
Yeah. I mean, you need to stretch, but you need to be careful. Don't overdo it. Chair said a slur. Listen, I'm not making excuses for Chair, okay? But Chair was made by a dude in Louisiana named Biker Dave, okay? Chair might have some rustic, off-color views, okay? And you'll just have to forgive Chair. Of course, the statements of Chair do not represent Paul's ego or Amelia's ego. Hello from the Czech Republic. It's 8 a.m. over here. Rise and shine with Paul's ego. Yeah, we're just getting into late night over here, bud. You're already in you're in the future. You realize the date is different where you are than it is where I am? How's that possible? Think about it. It's not. But it is. But it's not. It's either today or it's tomorrow. It can't be tomorrow day. How's that fucking real? We're in the past, bro. And this motherfucker in the Czech Republic is seeing the future. He already knows what's going on tomorrow at 8 a.m. Or does he? The fuck is up with Baleen, baby?
Still on that.
How did I'm going to be on that till the day I die. How the fuck did Baleen happen? What's halfway between a tooth and a Baleen? What is it? What could it be? Can't exist.
Scraggly tooth.
It is a beast that cannot exist.
Thinner, thinner, thinner teeth. More and more and more teeth.
I just don't get it.
You know how like something gets stuck between your teeth? Just like that.
Yeah.
But it's like a little krill. They kept getting more and more krill stuck in their teeth.
I don't even know, man. It doesn't make any sense, man. Therefore, God is real, is what I'm saying. Baleen. These Christians need to just start pointing at the fucking whale mouth and going like, okay, that shit that literally only exists to filter plankton out of the water, how did that happen in such a big-ass beast that used to be a bear? You know what? There's just too much shit. This is how I know we're in a simulation, y'all. Too much shit that don't be making any sense. It don't be making any sense.
Do you think what you would need to fully understand evolution sucks up too much of your brain power for other things? Like, you think that's why Dawkins is so bigoted? Because he can understand that, but it just sucks up all of his
Maybe.
thinking?
Maybe, I don't know.
Like he doesn't have enough brain power to.
Yeah, he devotes all of it to evolution, so he's retarded on gender and everything else and politics and yeah, maybe.
Is
I
there
don't
something
know.
that it takes so much effort to understand that everything else just goes woo woo?
Your understanding of prehistoric animals is sadly ignorant as fuck. Nuh-uh. Listen, I'll tell you my understanding of prehistoric animals, all right? In the primordial ooze, there was a cell one day. And that cell somehow decided, you know what? I'm gonna make a copy of myself. 10 fucking billion years later, and here we are. Okay? That's my understanding of fucking prehistoric life, okay? The rest of it's all just gobbledygook to me. Because you don't know no more than I do. You might know some bones they found. You don't know who put the bones there. You don't know what happened to the bones. You don't even know if those bones are from the same animal. Maybe you got an animal that you built out of 90 different animal bones. No, I'm kidding. I know that's not happening. But what I'm saying is that I don't understand how these micro things, how these evolutionary changes happened, because they happened slowly over time. But I don't know how you go slowly over time from an animal that is eating fish by chomping them in the water to one that's just swimming with its mouth permanently open and filtering fish into its mouth. I don't know what halfway between that looks like. And there was an animal that was halfway between a predatory whale and a baleen whale.
Aliens are still predatory. They're just
Well,
very
I mean,
tiny things
all
that
right.
take no effort.
A typical predatory whale and a filter feeding whale that just like eats it by swimming.
Genes be crazy, man.
Would you do a Neanderthal? Probably, yeah, because like, look, I've got like a ton of Neanderthal DNA. Anybody that's white does. And the only people that don't have a single drop of Neanderthal are sub-Saharan Africans. So, our ancestors loved them some Neanderthal poontang and wee-wee. And so, if it was good enough for them, it's probably good enough for me. Because a lot of people think, like, you know what I was taught when I was a kid? I was taught that we destroyed the Neanderthals. Like Homo sapiens sapiens showed up. And the poor Neanderthals were just like, and we beat them with our bone clubs and our bows and arrows. And they just died. We killed them all. But the truth of the matter is we just fucked them out of existence. Like, they became part of our genome because we boned them so many times. Now there's really no discernible difference between us and them. We mixed them out of existence. That's got to be... That's a brain-breaking statement right there. I heard Neanderthals were just as smart in most ways, but didn't have a language. We don't even know that they didn't have a language. That's the thing, is like a lot of the assumptions that people make about Neanderthals tend to be wrong when you actually look into what we know. But the problem is that we know very little about Neanderthals.
You know what's funny? It's
What?
like when I very first signed up for 23andMe, it said I had way more Neanderthal DNA than a bunch of people, and now it's gone all the way down to like 11%.
Damn,
So
your Neanderthal's getting low.
a bunch of people with Neanderthal DNA joined recently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a tea. Do you want a tea?
Sure. I'll do a tea. Thank you. I read somewhere that they were so strong, like super dense muscle tissues, that their bones would bend from the stress. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, It was wild. Okay, let's just put it that way. That's what I said. We fucked them out of existence. They were assimilated into the human genome. They're now part of the Homo sapiens genome. They didn't disappear. We just interbred with them so much that they're not distinct anymore. One big dude with a club versus 3 little dudes with spears and arrows. Yep. How are there so many more humans to outbreed them? Well, not to outbreed them. It was to breed with them. And so, I mean, there were more humans because humans were a more successful hunter group. Like, that's why there were more humans. That's why humans outbred them. Do you know that there's a forest of trees that's actually all a single large organism that's a fungus? Sick. The teeth marks on bone as evidence of cannibalism. Not that we didn't partake, but you can imagine most old world humans not taking. I don't know. I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, the idea that, like, Neanderthals ate other Neanderthals, so humans ate other humans too. Like, Homo sapiens ate, I mean, Neanderthals were humans. Homo sapiens ate other Homo sapiens too. That's what I'm saying. So this is not like a unique thing. FOMO Fapian? Oh. Anyway. I was just going to have to suck it up, all right? Chair's the co-host. That's just the way it's going to be. All right. I'm up out of here. I'll see you guys next